Welcome back to another episode of Low Spec Labs. Today we're going to be talking about Linux systems, more specifically CentOS and the Red Hat family of Linux distros. Before we get started, I would ask you to like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know what you think about these videos and what I can do to improve them. Otherwise, I will just keep doing my own thing. So I went ahead and I picked up a copy of this Red Hat RHEL 9 EX200. And we're going to be walking through the various chapters together. They say the best way to learn is to teach. As you try to teach others, you test your own understanding of a subject. So I'm going to go through this, get a refresher on some stuff I understand, learn some stuff I don't understand, and try to see if I can explain those topics to you. If you have more experience and you see me make some mistakes, please feel free to point them out. Until then, let's have fun together and let's learn together. Let's get started, boys. Per the book, you need to know what is RHEL. If you're watching these videos, you probably already know, but I shall do a brief summary. RHEL is Red Hat's open source implementation of Linux. Basically, it's their special sauce version of Linux that provides industry standards and enterprise support. Well, why pay for RHEL over other versions of Linux or even other versions of Red Hat's implementation like Alpine Linux or CentOS? Well, RHEL comes with enterprise support, so you can call the experts for assistance when you need it. RHEL also comes with pre-validated or tested updates and packages, so all the packages you know are stable and reliable, which is very important in enterprise environments. So what are the system requirements for RHEL? Well, you would need a 64-bit system, at least 2 gigabytes of RAM, at least 20 gigs of storage, and a network card, as well as a CD drive, whether that is virtual or physical. The next thing you'll need is to actually install the system. So you'll need a virtual server or a physical host, right? We're going to be using Proxmox for this install. So Proxmox boys, rise up. Let's get started. All right, boys. So we're going to be using Proxmox to do these videos. And for our actual Red Hat labs, we're going to be using Alma Linux. Why Alma Linux? Basically, it is a license-free, completely open source implementation of Red Hat with stable repositories. So it's the perfect candidate for some lab work. Let's start with downloading Alma Linux onto Proxmox. First, we Google search Alma Linux. We click that. We click download. We find the Alma Linux 9.3 DVD ISO. Right-click, copy link. We go to our Proxmox host. In the newest editions of Proxmox, they make it pretty easy to download an ISO. All you have to do is click the host, click the storage you want to store the ISO on, click ISO image, and then you can download directly from the URL. And we'll click download and let that download. Thankfully, we can stop that because I already have a copy of Alma Linux downloaded. Next, we create our VM. To do that, we click on the host, create new VM. I'm gonna be using this for lab, so I'll start with a new host number. Call this 500. We'll call this Alma template. Next, we're gonna store this locally, and we're gonna use the Alma Linux ISO. Make sure your guest type is set to Linux. Make sure QEMU agent is enabled if you're using virtualization. The next thing you're gonna wanna do is go ahead and set your storage size. Proxmox has a default of 32 gigs, so we'll leave that. We need at least one CPU. I'm going to pass through all the host features. We give it 2 gigs of RAM per the system requirements, and we'll set this in our guest network. After that, we finish it up. So I ran into some issues with the host, but we're back. And I now have a new VM spun up on VM 1100, RHCSA Lab 1. So this is Alma Linux. We're going to go ahead and walk through the installation process. So first thing first, we select our language. Hit continue. Set your default keyboard. Set your installation source. Select your software selection. So basically this tells you what different packages you want installed. And we want server with GUI installed. We definitely want guest agents installed. Let's see, what other things do we want? Okay, let's see, system tools. We'll want those installed. And then we hit done. After that, we then have to select our installation destination. So we're going to choose default. We're going to go ahead and click done. After that, we're going to choose our default password. Going to go ahead and click done. After that, we'll have to create a user. I'll go ahead and make this user an administrator. Then we're going to set our password for that user we're creating. We hit done. Oh, we've got to go back to our installation destination. There we go. And from there, we can begin installation. And we just go ahead and we let it do its thing. So we'll come back when it's completed. So the system install is done. It's booting up now. And we are done, boys. We now have RHEL installed. So that install process should be the same for Alma Linux, CentOS, RHEL. Basically, all those family of distros share the same installer. So if you know how to do it on one, you know how to do it on many. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Some more content will be coming out as I complete that book. So as I learn more, I'll do these videos. And like I said, if I make mistakes, feel free to point them out and let me know. You can't learn unless you make mistakes.